Welcome back into another part of Ryuki's route, where we're just gonna continue playing through. I'm really enjoying this. The next morning, I ate breakfast in a daze and watched the morning news with Paris.
Here's a look at Los York Park during the beer festival held recently.
Los York Park. Last night came floating back into my mind, and it put me on edge again. I took a bite of toast to try and distract myself. Why did I get such a thrill just from seeing two people kiss? It's not like I haven't seen that a million times before. Okay, so it wasn't her first time seeing two people kiss. Back in Celestia, I watched total strangers making out nearly every minute of every day. And of course, I've seen that kind of thing in countless romantic movies too. But that kiss last night felt like I was watching it happen for the first time, and I was incredibly embarrassed. Maybe it was because Ryuki was there next to me? Hey, so what were you up to on your day off yesterday? You got back pretty late, didn't you? Huh? Yesterday? Well, I just went and saw a movie. All by yourself? No, with... You know, you've been pretty busy lately, huh? It seems like you're out and about anytime you have a day off. Did you find yourself a boyfriend or something? No, it's not like that at all. Oh, yeah? But we're talking about a guy here, right? Yeah. Well... I'll tell you this, I bet he thinks it's like that. Huh? Guys don't usually meet up with a girl more than once if he's not into her. So if you ask him more directly, if you ask me, he definitely likes you. Ryuki likes me? The glamour Parasite, the guy who said I barely ranked high enough to consider me his acquaintance. No, I really don't think so. You've been meeting up with him a lot, am I right? Well, kind of, but it's not meeting up exactly. It's kind of like work-related. But if there was nothing there, you wouldn't be hanging out with him on your day off. I mean... In this context, we kind of did hang out on our day off because we were following people. And I've noticed all the gifts you've been getting. Makeup, clothes, accessories. Don't tell me you bought all that stuff. How did you know? I knew it, because those aren't the kinds of things you normally buy for yourself. I thought it was kind of suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. That's definitely a good sign, but it's clear if... But it's not clear if he knows how you feel or not. You think so? Maybe. Let me ask you this. The two of you have kissed already, right? What? No, we haven't. I mean, how can we kiss if we're not dating? You think so? You don't have to be dating someone to have a little makeout session. What? As Cupid, I've always seen kissing as something you do after you've fallen in love. But Clarice has always been more of a free spirit. Back in college, whenever I could get her to see things my way, she'd just verbally duck and dive away. So I gave that up. But this time, she was the one who wanted to know what... I was the one who wanted to know what she thought. I couldn't stop thinking about that kiss. Is kissing really that great? Of course! Frankly, I'm bummed to hear you haven't even gone that far yet. Clarice licked her lips and flashed a bewitching smile. Whenever I kiss someone, it feels like I'm on fire, and I can definitely get a sense of their love for whatever. People don't usually phrase it as love or whatever. Don't get hung up on the details. The point is, kissing makes me happy. Like things are really getting serious. I highly recommend giving it a shot with someone you like. Don't just grab some random guy off the street, of course. Yeah, don't recommend just kissing strangers. But the sooner you kiss him and fall in love, kiss, fall in love, the better. Don't come crying to me if someone else swoops in and grabs him. Just hurry up and take that leap. No, I'm not gonna do it. But it's so nice. It'd be such a shame if you don't get to experience it. Is it really that good? My curiosity was already piqued, and Clarice was just making it that much worse. I couldn't help but wonder what it was like to share a kiss. I mean, you could just ask Ryuki if you could kiss. I've seen people do it all my life in Celestia and saw it again in person yesterday, but I never actually experienced it for myself. A kiss can be sweet, or it can be sour. I remembered hearing that line in one of Aunt Minerva's movies. A kiss. I put a finger to my lips and looked up at the ceiling. I still couldn't imagine kissing someone. Oh, I forgot to turn it back on. Oops. Oh well. When I got to work and turned on my computer, I saw that I had an email from a client and one other person. Huh? The company president? I asked if I could come to his office at 11 a.m. to talk about the Parasite 5. It asked if I could come to the... Okay. The Parasite 5. As I wondered what this could be about, I checked my schedule, then replied that 11 a.m. would be no problem. Right away, his reply came back, I'll see you then. As usual, the president was quick to get back to me. The Parasite 5. I reconnected with Ryuki, but it's been forever since I talked to the other Parasite house members, Gil, Rule, Alan. I wonder whatever happened to Monsieur. Owen hasn't mentioned him since then. Is that what Mr. Snow wants to talk about? The whole thing was on hold, last I knew. Whatever it was, it had to be work-related. I put it out of my mind and focused on my tasks for the day. As 11 o'clock rolled around, I headed up to the president's office. And so, during business dinner the other day, they said they wanted to do a spread on the Parasite 5. A special magazine spread, huh? That's right, Parasite House is still really popular. Lost Dork TV has been getting inquiries almost daily. Dang! That's really impressive. The reporter wants to do a feature focusing on what everyone is up to these days. They all canceled their memberships, correct? Yep. Normally we don't reach out to members after they leave, but the request is unrelated to the company. So it's not our place to decide. So could you get in touch with them? Of course. Gil and Rule did message me once in a while. Alan didn't reply, but I was sure he read my messages. I thought it wouldn't be too hard. The others should be fine, but I didn't actually have any contact info for Monsieur, so that might be tough. In his case, I'm sure Owen can. Or actually, there might be an issue with Owen acting as the representative. You see, Owen went on a date the other day, so... What? Crap, I probably shouldn't have mentioned that. I tried to play it off, but he clearly heard exactly what I said. Mr. Snell stiffened, then crossed his arms and looked down at his desk. I see. So he beat me to it. Huh? He beat me to it. Beat him to what? I guess he wanted to get something done, but something else got in the way? Whatever it was, I couldn't ask someone who was about to set a relationship to act as a proxy in agency-related business. When I explained this to Mr. Snell, he nodded and let out a reluctant sigh. As I'm sure let me know personally that he was giving up on marriage. Oh, really? Then I guess it's just a Parasite 4 now. Maybe, but I was still hoping to use Parasite 5 name for the future, which is why I wanted Owen to help out. Mr. Still sighed again, then made a face as if he made up his mind. I suppose it can be helped. I'll sit in as representative instead. Huh? You, Mr. Snow? I'm the only other person involved with the show who's available after all. Anyway, I'll go to Monsieur Isa's place. I'd like you to get in touch with the other 4. Understood. I feel so bad because, like, we know that the president is this other guy, and we know that he wants to be married. But I actually wonder if he's giving up on marriage, or if he's just saying that so she won't try to contact him. And so, after who knows how long, I got in touch with everyone from the Parasite 5. A few days later, the Parasite 5 were all gathered together one more time. I know it's been quite some time, but I thank you all for joining me here today. As I mentioned in the email today, I'd like to Okay, you don't have to be so formal. We're not clients anymore, right? I mean, that's true. Right, I'm just here as your friend. Yeah, how could I say no to a fellow mythology lover? And my manager said it was fine to come, so... Oh, but it seems like we're missing someone. For reasons I won't go into, I'll be taking his place for today. Wow, so the president of Cupid Corp himself is going to be acting as a stand-in. It's all part of the job, so did everyone get a chance to look over the proposal? Mr. Snell took over and started explaining the details to everyone. The magazine wanted an extended feature that would touch on what everyone was up to these days. They also wanted Gil to edit the article, and Ryuki to put together the wardrobe for the photo shoot. All that Alan, Rule, and Mr. Snell had to do was talk about their projects, work, and whatever they were working on. So that's the basic idea. Is everyone on board with this? Yeah, I'm totally in. Whatever I can do to help, I'll do it. I got you! Same here. But if I'm supposed to talk about work, does that mean I should talk about how to get someone into... I mean, he works at a pillow store, so... I'd prefer if you could just talk about how you picked out the perfect pillow, please. I think I'll talk about some of the subtle mythology differences I've uncovered lately. It's just so adorable. Well, could you try and talk about your upcoming film and how excited you are for it? Personally, I want to focus on the recent fluctuation in the company's stock price. Actually, Mr. Snell, in your case, I'd love if you could talk about the secrets to a successful marriage. Oh no! Poor Mr. Snail! And for Ryuki... Ryuki was sitting in the corner. When I called his name, he looked up as if he just noticed I was there. What? I was wondering if you'd be able to help me pick out the wardrobe for the article? Oh, sure. Without another word, he turned away again. Ryuki? I just had to pick out clothes for everyone here and style them on the day of, right? Don't worry, I can handle that. Thanks, Ryuki. Don't mention it. I do this kind of thing all the time. When will the article be published, anyway? Ryuki continued the conversation without ever making direct eye contact with me. Awkward! The exchange made me feel a little uncomfortable, so I looked down at the materials in my hand. At the moment, it's scheduled for December release. Okay, then I'll bring my upcoming February LY collection. I'm in the middle of putting it all together right now. You really make clothes that far in advance? Every designer worth their salt has started working on it. In fact, I'm a little bit behind. That's true, I forgot just how quickly the fashion industry moves. But we're gonna do a photo shoot, huh? I feel like a proper model. If you're going to wear my clothes, you'd better be ready. I won't allow any of you to embarrass me. Okay. Well, we will have time. I assumed we could just take the photos in whatever clothes we were wearing. The shoot is on this day, right? In that case, we have time. If I couldn't make that day, I'd have much bigger problems. I see. For perspective, by the time the magazine comes out, the entire line will be sold out. Anyway, I'll have the clothes ready by the day of the shoot. I don't foresee any problems. He tapped his fingers on the calendar. The shoot was 3 days from now. Well then, that's very helpful. Could you let her know when everything is ready? Moving on to other business. Mr. Snell briskly moved the conversation along. But Ryuki looked like he wasn't paying any attention. He just sat there fidgeting. There was clearly something wrong with him. He kept sighing to himself and making a face as if he was insane. I wonder if he's not feeling well. I kept a close eye on him, and eventually his eyes met mine. Oh, his blush is so cute, y'all. But just as quickly, he turned his gaze away. It was frankly really strange. I hope he's not coming down with something. We were seated pretty far away from each other, so I didn't have a chance to ask him what was going on. But all through the meeting, I couldn't help but worry about him. Okay, so please be sure to follow the itinerary we just discussed on the day of. Okay. Okay. Now then, if you'll excuse me... Off he goes! Mr. Snow looked at his watch and rushed out of the room before anyone else. He assumed he had another meeting to attend. Alright, I'm out of here. Off Alan goes! One by one, everyone got up from their seats. Gil grabbed all his belongings and came running over to me. Hey, Katie, if you're free tonight, I was thinking we could... Gil, my friend, what are you up to tonight? I brought that movie we were talking about the other day. Why don't we give it a watch? Huh, no, Oh, you don't mind if I join, do you? Not at all. The more the merrier. I'd love to hear what you think of it. Okay, looks like it's the three of us. Where's my invite? No, hold on! Gil's like, I wanted to spend time with my love! Come on then, let's get going. I wonder if Alan knows that Ryuki's in love with me. Rule and Ellen grabbed Gil and dragged him away. I caught Ryuki glancing at me. He left the room without saying a word. And off he goes! Off he goes! Off they all go! I guess he really isn't feeling well today. I got the sense he didn't want to talk to anyone, so I left him alone, but I still found myself worrying about him. I was cleaning up and thinking about sending him a message later when I noticed a pen fall under the table. Oh, this is Ryuki's pen. I recall seeing him use it while he was working on his designs. I quickly ran after him to give it back. Gotta catch 'em all! I caught up with him right near the entrance to Cupid Court. Oh, Ryuki, there you are. Hmm? I'm glad I caught you. This is yours, right? I found it in the conference room. As I handed him the pen, our fingertips happened to touch, and Ryuki jerked away like he'd been shot. Okay, can I just say, though, that I really like his outfit? Like, I really enjoy that outfit. He looked at me with dismay, and his eyes seemed to be tearing up. Suddenly his face turned red, and he started to breathe in quick, short gasps. I knew it. He must be coming down with something. He was exactly just like Clarice did when she was laid up with a bad head cold, but he didn't seem to realize he was sick. I mean, sick in love, maybe. I figured someone had to tell him, and it may as well be me. Sorry about this, but... Huh? He's so cute! Oh my goodness! Like, look at her! Look at this sweet bean. Like, look at him. Look. Like, I would snuggle this, like, he's so adorable. I reached out my hand and put it on his forehead. I assumed he'd had a fever, but... Huh? It felt warm, but no more than any other forehead. It's hard to tell. I put my other hand up to his forehead to get a second opinion. A little warmer than me, maybe, but even if it was a slight fever, it could get way worse if I left it untreated. And I knew that Ryuki was likely to keep working hard with no regard for his own health. He never cut himself any slack, and he refused to stop until the job was done. You know, the flu's been going around a lot lately. I think you need to get some rest. What? Ryuki? I'm fine! And he's like, wee! I'm gone! Wee! Ryuki pulled away from me and suddenly took off running. He said he's fine, but I'm not so sure. I was so worried, but I figured he'd just get annoyed if I kept bothering him about it. He does look after his health in order to maintain his beauty, so I'm sure he'll be fine, right? Still feeling uneasy, I went back to my desk. 3 days later. It was the day that the final wardrobe outfits were supposed to arrive, but I hadn't heard anything from Ryuki. Uh-oh. That's strange. Usually Ryuki's really good about keeping me up to date on his work. I tried calling him again on the way home, but he didn't pick up. I'd also sent him several messages, but he never replied. In fact, they were never even marked as read. He's leaving me on red? How dare he? Like, who does he think he is, leaving me on red? I couldn't deny that I was pretty worried. Would it be too much for me to go to his house? He did say I could stop by any time. I would say go to his house. Kagura? Just then, a sharp sound startled me out of my thoughts. I looked down to see Kagura standing in front of me. Kagura, what are you doing here? Where's Ryuki? I looked around, but I didn't see him anywhere. She gently took my hand in her mouth and tugged, as if she wanted me to come with her. Come with me! Come with me! Uh-oh. I decided to let her lead me away, and before long we arrived at Ryuki's house. I saw the door was unlocked. Kagura must have unlocked it somehow. I nervously went inside. Oh, it's so dark! Ryuki, sorry to disturb you like this. The entryway was freezing, and the whole house was dark. I turned the lights on, and unconsciously dropped my bag at what I saw. It was Ryuki, collapsed in the middle of the room, surrounded by his own drawings. Ryuki! I ran over and dropped down next to him. I touched his cheek and was shocked at what I felt. It's so hot! He hadn't been feeling well. I knew it. I should have made more of an effort. Seeing him in such obvious agony, I nearly started crying. But no, I knew he needed some water. Then I needed to get him into bed. But I had to act quick. Ryuki, it's gonna be okay. Ryuki! What, call a doctor? Ooh, I'll look us up. Ryuki! Ryuki! I could hear her voice in the distance. Katie, surely the most annoying advisor Cupid Court had ever seen. Oh no! But why was I hearing her voice? It's not like she was there in my house with me. My head is killing me. I'm so thirsty, I can't think straight. The fever is too much. This is all her fault. It's her fault for being so cute in the first place. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not adorable. She was supposed to be DA536E, but she was just so beautiful it gave me a fever. Yeah, no, I don't think that's how that works, my man. 3 days ago, the day of the magazine meeting. Okay, let me just check everyone's schedules. I sighed as I watched her work quickly and efficiently. It's so strange. Her makeup colors and contour are the same as ever, but she looks so much cuter. Are my eyes lying to me, or is her makeup actually better than usual somehow? No matter how hard I looked, it was obvious that her hair, her skin, her makeup, it was no different than any other day. And yet, she looked better than I'd ever seen her. He's falling in love with me. Her clear voice, her smiling face, somehow her grade had gone up at least 10 points. When she came close to me, I thought I was going to completely stop breathing. A little warmer than me, maybe, but of course I'm going to heat up if you get that close. Oh, precious bean needs protection. I was so hot I felt like my head might explode. It was all because of that adorable face right in front of me. But none of it made any sense. It was completely impossible. Thinking about it logically, there was no reason she should be so cute. Oh, it's for the way you look at her. So the first thing I did after the meeting was go to the eye doctor. It must be some kind of visual defect making her look cuter than normal. That's the only explanation. I was totally convinced that my eyesight must be failing, but not the case. Nope, there's nothing wrong with your eyes. Nothing? Not at all. Your eyes are about as perfect as you can get, so you don't have to worry about that. Then what's going on? I went to a few more eye doctors just to make sure, but they all said the same thing. Finally, I headed home, still with no idea what's going on. Wolf! Kagura. I crouched down and scratched her head. She gave me a pleased look in return. Nobody as beautiful as my Kagura, and she was exactly as beautiful as I remembered. Weird, so everyone else looks the same as ever, then why does she look so much cuter? Just then, my phone rang. It was my sister calling me from Japan. Hey, Ryuki! How are you? Fine as ever. How are you? I'm doing great, naturally, but I gotta be honest, you sure don't sound fine. No, it's nothing, but well, my eyes have been acting up on me lately. Your eyes? That's not good. What's the matter? Are you getting enough sleep? You're not going blind, are you? No, nothing like that. It's just her beauty grade is supposed to be average, but she looks so pretty. Huh? This is definitely something you need to tell me about. I like this sister. Definitely would like to meet her. Her color is DA536E, and her skincare routine is average at best. She shouldn't be pretty, but she is. So we're talking about one specific girl here? Yeah, but no other girls have changed. Kagura looks the same, for one. So I went to a bunch of eye doctors today. I thought maybe something was wrong with my eyes, but... Ryuki, you eternal idiot. Don't you see? It's love! Duh! Huh? Love. I'm in love? Gosh, you had me so worried. This is obviously love, so help me. If you let this chance pass by, so help me, little brother. Oh, by the way, I was hoping you could send me some soap from the Lost Work Boutique. I could hear my sister talking on the other end of the line, but I had no idea what she was saying. Love? I'm in love with her? I thought about all the times I'd heard her laugh and felt a stabbing pain in my chest. My heart started beating faster, my cheeks got hot, my chest tightened up. Was this what it meant to be in love? But I'd never heard of love making your eyes go crazy. Apparently it changed how you saw people, regardless of the beauty grade, which meant I was losing my sense of objective beauty. This isn't good. I still haven't come up with a single design that could set us to my grandmother. If I fall in love, I'd be ruined as a designer. I'm not supposed to fall in love. Ryuki, hey, are you listening to me? Sorry, I'm a little bit busy right now. Hey, wait a second! Click. I ended the call, tossed the phone away from me, and quickly opened my sketchbook. The truth was, I was scared. I hated the idea of losing my talent as a designer. But no, it should be fine, right? There was no reason I couldn't work the same as always. I caught my breath, then started sketching the colors we'd wear for the photo shoot that we talked about earlier that day. But something happened that I didn't understand. No matter how much I drew, I couldn't figure out what was good, what was right. Up until now, I had always been supremely confident in my sense of style, but now... I just couldn't figure it out. I thought I had a perfect image of the trends I wanted to incorporate in my LY collection and my customers' needs. But even with all that in mind, I couldn't tell if the designs I was sketching were good or totally lame. That had never happened to me before. I was sure I must be losing my mind. I must be out of my mind. All I knew was that I couldn't fall in love, that it would ruin me as a designer. I don't think it will. I think you're overthinking it. Still, I kept on working on my designs. I didn't eat, I didn't sleep, I didn't care that it was ruining my beauty regimen. I was just scared. I kept drawing and drawing and drawing, and if doing that could push everything away, finally it came down with a fever. Oh, baby, no. I managed to drag Ryuki to his futon and sat down next to him. Back in college, Gil always took care of Clarice whenever she was sick, so I had a pretty good idea of what to do. Ryuki. Kagura, you best girl. Kagura also sat down next to the sleeping Ryuki, obviously anxious. His breathing was shallow, as if he was in pain even now. I got a bowl of water and put a wet towel on his forehead. I hope he'll be okay. My heart ached for him. I nervously squeezed his hand, unsure what I would do if his fever kept getting worse. I made him some porridge, but he still isn't waking up. I had done a research online for Japanese food when sick and made a batch of rice porridge based on the results. Just then, Ryuki's eyes fluttered open and he frowned. Huh? Aww! Ryuki sat up and gave Kagura a pet. I was overjoyed to see his usual calm face. Ryuki, thank goodness. At the sound of my voice, he looked over at me and my foot was stiff. Well, what the? You had a fever, you collapsed. Don't you remember? Kagura came to find me. Good dog. But what are you... Huh? What's wrong? of everyone in the world, what are you doing here? I just told you, your dog came to get me. No, Kagura, it's not your fault. If anyone's to blame, it's me. Are you okay? You probably still have a fever. I tried to put my hand on his forehead again, but he pushed me away. Stop it. I don't have a fever. What? But... Why are you so pretty? You're like a gradient from F4B3C2 to BCE2E8. Huh? Just leave me alone. I don't need you. I'll be fine. Well, be careful. Ryuki started to wobble, and I rushed to grab him. His entire body was still surprisingly hot. See, you're still burning up. You need to drink some water then. Why? Ryuki grabbed my arm. He seemed on the verge of tears. Oh, no! No, I don't want you to be pretty. Pretty? He didn't sound like himself. I stiffened with surprise. Did I mishear him, maybe? The Glamour Parasite would never say something like that. But he did. He did say it. I couldn't believe he thought that I was pretty. What? The arm wrapped around me was hot. The head on my shoulder was hot, and my own head was hot, as if I had a fever myself. Do not kiss him while he's sick! No! Whatever's happening right now, I need to take care of him. In that moment, I was his nurse. I shook my head to push away the warmth in my cheeks. Let go of Ryuki and sit up. Oh, I made some porridge. Do you think you can eat some? Ryuki looked at me, then nodded slightly. I think so. Good girl! Good, just give me a second. I put a glass of water and the pot of porridge on a tray, and then carried it over to the futon. Okay, eat up. I'm not sure if it will be to your taste, but Ryuki drank the water, then picked up the spoon. Even in that moment, he had a stubborn look on his face. I guess I'll try some. His voice was weak, probably thanks to the fever. He was clearly suffering. Still in a bit of a daze, he took a small bite of porridge. As he swallowed, he blinked a few times. It's good. Really, I'm so happy. I've never made Japanese food before, so I was worried I messed it up. Actually, it's delicious, although I'm not sure if I'm tasting it right. Huh? No, never mind. Ryuki just stared at the bowl and ate his porridge in silence. I started to get the sense that it wasn't just the two were making him act like he was in so much pain. Yeah, you would be right. He finished his meal and sat there for a moment before laying back down on the futon again. Kagura laid down with her face right next to his. Come on, Kagura, don't give me that look. I mean, she was worried about you. Ryuki patted her head and sighed again. He stole a glance at me, then immediately looked away again. His long eyelashes cast shadows across his cheeks. Your color is gradient from F4B3C2 to BCE2E8. I think my eyes are going crazy. I couldn't judge objective beauty scores. I can't judge Ryuki muttered weakly and closed his eyes. A few moments later, his breathing closed. He was fast asleep. I looked them up on my phone, and both of them were quite lovely colors. But I thought my color was chamomile. Does that mean I'm starting to look different to him? Just then, I remember the drawings that were scattered on the floor when I got here. I had gathered them all up and put them on the table so that I could lay out Ryuki's futon. I went to get them and looked through them one by one. He crossed out each one of them. He'd written things like rejected and no good on the pages. He was obviously struggling with his designs. That's too bad. They're all so good. But Ryuki was a perfectionist. No matter how beautiful the design was, if it didn't meet his standards, he rejected it outright. So he was in a slump and kept pushing himself harder and harder until he literally made himself sick. And all because he was incredibly hard on himself, just like his grandma. So he was pushing himself to the limit until he actually collapsed. But I hope he can get some rest now, if nothing else. I gently pushed his sweat-drenched hair back away from his forehead. And time passed. The next morning, I heard Ryuki wake up as I was making breakfast. Oh, are you awake? When I poked my head out of the kitchen, Ryuki's eyes widened in surprise. Huh? What are you still doing here? I couldn't just leave someone so obviously sick alone, could I? Besides, you gave me permission to be here. Oh, and I hope you don't mind that I used your kitchen. Do you think you're ready for some breakfast? I made a traditional Japanese breakfast according to a recipe found in a cookbook in the kitchen. Miso soup, rice, grilled fish, and natto. I still didn't think much about Japanese food, but that sounded good to me. Ryuki peeked into the kitchen, and when he took a deep whiff, his eyes lit up. I guess I could eat. I mean, I think my fever broke. Are you sure? I reached out and touched his forehead, and he was right. He didn't seem nearly as hot as before. That... I guess you're right. Looks like your fever is gone. That's good. I was really worried. What? No, never mind. I need to go wash my face. Okay, I'll get the rice ready. Okay. I thought he'd be happy, but the expression on his face was kind of complicated. Like a combination of sad and embarrassed. And maybe it was just my imagination, but his eyes seemed especially shiny. Either way, he headed to the bathroom to freshen up. Before he was out of sight, he suddenly looked back at me. I was met with a strangely wistful gaze. I felt like we were entwined. I couldn't move. But in the next instant, he looked away and rushed out of the room. I must have seen Ryuki wake up a dozen times or more when we lived together during the Parasite house, so I shouldn't have been used to it, but I felt like I was seeing it for the first time. I couldn't stop staring at his back. I think because this is the first time they're both in love, they're just extra awkward, and it's really cute. And poor Ryuki just doesn't know what to do because he feels like being in love is gonna make him an ineffective fashion designer. I finished my breakfast and decided to leave and head to work. I'm going to head to the office. Are you sure you're okay? Make sure you get plenty of rest today, okay? Don't worry about me. My fever's gone and I got plenty of sleep last night, so I'll be fine. Are you sure? But even if his fever is gone, it was important to take time to make sure you were fully recovered. If he pushed himself too hard now, he could collapse again. I was so worried I almost didn't want to leave. I really didn't want him to get sick again. If you don't mind, could I come by after work? I told you, I'm fine. I can't work with you around. You're too distracting. I've got Kagura with me, so I'll be fine. I've got work to do, but just get out of here. I found myself forcibly ejected from the house by an obviously angry Ryuki. The door closed behind me, so I gave up and decided to head to work. Aww. Is he really going to be okay? Even after getting to work, all I could think about was Ryuki. I was so surprised when I found him laying on the floor yesterday. Surprised and scared. What would have happened if he didn't wake up? Humans are so much more fragile than gods. So of course I wanted to keep checking on him, if at all possible. But he said I would just be a distraction, even if I showed up at his door. I was sure he'd just tell me to go away. But he was all alone there. He had Kagura with him, but I still felt uneasy. But despite all that... What are you sighing about? Oh, hi Clarice, it's nothing, don't worry about it. Oh? Clarice smiled and shot me a meaningful look. I didn't come home yesterday, so she obviously had her suspicions. Seriously, it's nothing, I just had to take care of him. Oh, does that mean you went to his house? Wow, you must be really close. I dug my own grave, but I really did just take care of him all night. There was nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, I had nothing to hide. This is true. No, I don't want you to be prissy. Wait, what? It wasn't the first time someone told me that they thought I was pretty, but I never expected that from Ryuki. I suddenly found it impossible to focus on Clarice's face, so I quickly looked away. I'm telling you nothing happened. Anyway, I have an appointment to get to. Right, of course. She so doesn't believe us. She's like, no, you're lying to me. Clarice gave me a casual wave. I turned away and hurried off to the interview room. My mind was a flurry of concern, embarrassment, and all kinds of unknown emotions. That look on her face. She's totally in love. I can't believe she hasn't realized it yet. I also really like Clarice's outfit. Thank you for waiting. Oh, hello. Oh, it's Melanie! Melanie had made an appointment yesterday to sit down with me today. It's been a while, huh? How have you been? Well, actually, after we went on a date, Owen and I have decided to officially become a... Yay! I'm so happy! Oh, congratulations! I haven't heard from you since you went out, so I was getting a little worried. It was true. Melanie hadn't gotten in touch since they went on their date. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry. Actually, I meant to call you the day after our date, but I started running a fever. Ooh. Are you okay? Yeah. It's probably just because this is all new to me, and my body didn't know how to react. A fever? The image of Ryuki passively flashed across my mind. The fever was so high. It did go down after a night, but there was no way he was back to full health. Are you okay? Huh? What do you mean? Well, you seem to be worried about something? Melanie was looking at me with concern. Dang it. If I'm making my own clients worry about me, I'm not doing my job as an advisor. Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you, but it's okay. I'm totally fine. Anyway, are you worried about anything else with you and Ellen? If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Thank you, but I think I'm okay for now. Are you sure? Yeah, I think so. But there is one thing. Are you going to see Ryuki anytime soon? Huh? Oh, yes. I mean, maybe. The sudden mention of his name made me jump. Once again, I failed as their advisor. Are you okay? No, don't worry about it. Sorry about that. Anyway, you mentioned Ryuki, right? What can I do? I just wanted to tell him thank you. Without him, I don't think I could ever have gone out with Owen. Oh, right, of course. I'll let him know the next time I see him. I forced a smile on my face. Melanie squeezed my hand and gave me a serious look. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. Oh, that's really sweet of her. Huh? You've helped me so much up till now. I'd love to return the favor. Her eyes were filled with confidence, completely different from when we first met. There was no denying she had changed. The kindness I had always known was still there, but there was something extra. I felt like that was probably thanks to Ryuki. When I thought of him, my heart ached sweetly. I recalled his design scattered on the floor and his feverish face. I smiled again, doing my best to cover up how I was really feeling. After all, I was at work. Thank you, I really appreciate that, but I'm fine, really. And I was sure Ryuki would be fine too. He always worked so hard, no matter how much I worried about him. I had to believe in him. Melanie just nodded at me. I was surprised again at the confidence in her eyes. She just wants to be helpful. The day after my fever broke, I showed up at my boutique as if nothing had happened. I compared my new designs to the clothes in the store. I still had no idea what the right answer was. Sales were doing fine, the women's line was doing great, and it looked like the season collection would all set out. But the real problem was the next season. Thank goodness I already came up with the next women's line at least. I had so much fun working on the women's line. I'd already come up with everything I needed and passed it on to the factory. All I had to do was design the next men's line, but that wasn't going nearly as well as I'd expected. Hey. Yes? What can I do for you, Mr. Kiazin? As I asked my salesperson for his opinion, but he just stared at me with fear in his eyes. He was worried about getting in trouble. It was written all over his face. I didn't like that. Never mind. I knew I wouldn't get a straight answer from him. He made some excuse about putting away some merchandise and scurried into the back room. Everyone else was like that. As soon as I came up to them, they got scared and ran off. She wouldn't be afraid of giving me her honest opinion at times like this. Nope! Katybug. As soon as I thought about her, I felt like I was going to start running a fever again. My face started getting hot, just like when I had one of my hot rock. I don't know what that is. I knew I would never have asked her. I knew I should never have asked her. I had no idea how I was going to regain my sanity. But I didn't want to go any more crazy than I already was. I just wanted things to go back to the way they were. Just then, the door swung open and my breath caught in my throat. Any hope I had of cutting her out of my life disappeared. Hello there. Melanie! Oh, it's you. I let out a sigh as I compared the drawings in my hand with the clothes in the store. Standing in front of me was a vague 47585C shape. Could you get out of the way, please? The blurry shape was distracting my view of my clothes. I tried looking away, but 47585C cut into my eyeline one more time. It was extremely annoying. Listen, I don't know what you're thinking you're doing, but... I'm sorry, but have you and Miss Ladybug been having problems lately? Huh? I froze at the mention of her name. To be honest, I thought she was the one that had walked in at first. Why do I keep running into that name? I knew something was wrong. Came closer. Her beauty grade had gone up thanks to me, but her color was still the same. Everyone's color and beauty grade was still the same. The only thing that had changed was Katybug. Just tell me this, Mr. Pearson. Do you love Miss Katybug? Huh? There was that word again. But as a designer, I was never supposed to fall in love. No, of course not. I don't love anyone. Please just look inside you. If you hurt Miss Katybug, I'll never forgive you. Aw, Melanie! What? No, true artists can't fall in love. Love changes true colors of the world. Ah, so the answer comes out. He doesn't want to fall in love because he feels like it's going to change the true colors of the world. That was absolutely the wrong thing to say. It wasn't cool, and it wasn't something an actual genius would say. But once I opened my mouth, I couldn't stop. I don't understand. She's outside of my beauty system. She's a 60, a B rank at best. But whenever I see her, she's so freaking cute! So something must be wrong with my eyes. I want my life back. And I just supposed to admit I'm in love with her? If you're in love with someone, of course they'll look cute to you. What? Then this is normal? All of this? Forget the weird beauty system. That's like something a machine would do. It's not human at all. We're not computers, you know. We have feelings. It's totally normal to see things differently depending on your emotions. Even my favorite outfit changes from day to day. Maybe that's fine for the average person, but I'm a designer, so nobody else has changed, but one person's prettier, right? Then what's that problem? Just acknowledge your feelings. When you're in love, it's natural for the other person to look cuter or more cool than usual. For me, Owen is more cool than any silly wood actor. That's just how people are. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I should get going. After completely repeating into me, 47585C left the store. She was the color of a rusty mouse. But she wasn't wrong. There was nothing wrong with my eyes. It was exactly the same as before. And my employee, and Kagura, and everyone else I knew, everything was the same as before. There hadn't been any change in my absolute sense of color, except for this one person. I see. I think Melanie helped him. I stood their son. Everything became clear to me, as if the fog had been lifted. Only one person was beautiful to me, and even her color had improved. I was afraid of being swept away by these feelings and losing my sense of style, but I understand now. I love— Yeah, he admitted it! Finally, I was able to accept it. I was able to accept that I had fallen in love with someone. I had no idea that this is what love felt like. I felt good when she smiled at me, and I blushed when she touched my hand. I was happy with her near me. She was the one source of light in my world, and I thought that was strange, but apparently that's just how it works. Love is a strange feeling. I thought I should be worried if someone's color changed, but as long as everyone else's color didn't change, it was fine. That didn't mean I'd lost my ability. I understand his worry, because, like, this was his first time being in love, and he was worried that everyone was gonna start changing, but dude, he's kind of rude. I'm glad Melanie couldn't talk to him. That was actually really cool. If I wasn't her, advisor, I think I'd be her friend. I was so afraid of what my feelings for her meant that I lost touch of all my other feelings. I bumped something. What did I bump? Oh, there we go. Stupid me. I thought it just meant I was in a slump. I looked at the sketches in my hand. I wasn't in a great space mentally when I drew them, so they weren't exactly perfect. But now I knew how to make them right. I grabbed a pencil and some paper and got to work. Yay! I'm so glad! Now I understand. I understand. I hadn't felt this way in a long time. My hands could barely keep up with my thoughts, and more ideas kept pouring in. My own preferences and what future trends might look like. My hands were expressing it all. No, my eyes hadn't gone crazy. It was just that the person I fell in love with was so unbelievably beautiful. I see. And in a flash of inspiration, I knew something else. The world I've lived in so far only involved me. There hasn't been room for anyone else. An absolute mechanically correct approach. No blurry lines, one single constant. But other people didn't live like that. Humans are emotional beings. That way, the way they see the world changes depends on their mood. So of course the grade would change depending on the person. How did I not realize that? Is that why my sister kept telling me to figure out what love was all about? Is it because I've been following the 10 Constantine's commandments and ignoring everything else? Why would you, when you fall in love, everything changes? Is that what she wanted to teach me? Apparently, Owen looked like the coolest guy in the world in that girl's eyes, and in my eyes, Katie is the cutest girl ever. There's a world of difference between knowing and not knowing something. So different in fact that it changed the design I was working on, but I was sure it was so much better than before, which meant I could design so much faster than before. I couldn't wait to get to work. Just admitting that I had feelings for her helped me to stop feeling so lost. Instead, I felt truly incredibly happy. Oh, yay! When's the photo shoot though? Is that what's supposed to happen? Oops. The next day, I was worried about Ryuki when I received a message. Finally, the wardrobe for the Parasite 5 had been finished and delivered. Wow, this is so cool! I looked at the attached image, and my eyes lit up. The designs were sophisticated and cool at the same time. Apparently, he'd gone over his slump. Thank goodness. I was really glad that it seemed like he was feeling better. Of course, I really wanted to go and see him in person, but... Wow, so these are designs Ryuki came up with. I love them! I was so busy getting the entire Parasite 5 spread ready that I didn't have a second to spare. Yep, I hope you can get plenty of great shots of them wearing them on the big day. We'll be shooting in the actual Parasite house, right? Oh yeah, I got permission from Mr. Snell himself. Well then, I can't wait. Oh, and we'll need to take some publicity shots for the website too, so set some time aside if you can. Oh true, we'll have a model ready, but you don't mind if we take some shots of you in that wedding dress, right? Not at all, just let me double check the schedule for our wedding hall. Great, I really appreciate it, but mainly I want to make sure we can shoot at the actual Parasite house. Okay. I hope we get to see them soon, I want to see them in these outfits! I hope we get a CG for it. I was so busy with work, I hadn't had a chance to meet up with Ryuki at all. Eventually, he sent me a photo of the progress he made with his latest lineup. Wow, it looks like he's almost finished. I'm so glad to see he seems to be doing well. It looks like everything was working out. I shouldn't go and see him, right? That would interfere with his process. We'd see each other the day of the shoot, so there was no reason to go now. So why did I want to go see him so bad? I didn't understand what I was feeling. And I've been feeling pretty feverish myself lately. I thought maybe I caught the same virus that Ryuki had. I tried scrolling through my phone to distract myself. We should look at hashtag Cupid. Finally, the day of the photo shoot arrived. Yay! Okay, thanks everyone for coming today. Let me hand out everyone's outfit. Gil, this is for you. Wow, thanks! Ryuki went around to each person and one by one, their eyes lit up. Wow, you designed this for me? This is amazing! I like that he has his mitts back, like, ready to, like, it looks like he's ready to, spritz himself again. The lining is quite interesting. It actually feels quite nice against my skin. It's a cotton base, but with a bit of modification. Here, this is yours. Thanks, you know you seem kind of different from before. Oh yeah? Yeah, definitely, it's like you softened up a little. You always seemed so annoyed before. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot easier to talk to you now. Suddenly I lost eyes with Ryuki. Huh? He smiled shyly and quickly turned his gaze back to the others. If you say so, I guess I can't disagree. I haven't noticed a change, though. What? The way you said that, there's something there. Don't tell me. Come on, time is short. Everyone, get dressed and let's go. So wait, did you not make me an outfit for this? Do I not get to be in the Parasite 5 shoot? Lame! How dare you keep me away? The photographer pushed everyone along back towards the bedroom. Next, we all changed into our next set of outfits for the shoot in the garden and the living room. I guess I should lay out the sports drinks that I brought for everyone. Standing there with their drinks, I looked at the area where everyone was changing. Stop it! I can change myself, thank you very much! Just let me help, you're getting all twisted up in there. Come on, put your hands up! I'm glad to see Ryuki seems to be feeling better. He didn't look sick at all. If anything, he was looking totally refreshed. Okay, let's get started. Everyone, strike a pose! Ah, they're already getting started? I rushed towards the sound of voices, where I saw everyone decked out in the suits that Ryuki had designed. Wow, so cool! I want to see. Huh? You think so? Yeah, everyone looks amazing! Not terrible, I have to admit. Right? The tailoring is amazing. I don't think a suit has ever fit me so well before. Indeed, it fits well, and yet I can move around in it easily. I can do a full day's work in this. Naturally, I made sure that each one fit perfectly. Ryuki's love for clothes shone through in his smile. Okay, photo time. Everyone keep it natural, please. Oh, do I not get to see them? The photographer called out instructions, and everyone followed along. Pose after pose, the shot went on without a hitch. The shoot went on without a hitch. Everyone looked so cool, and their suits looked unbelievable on them. Jill kept smiling like an idiot, and even Mr. Snell looked like he was still able to get his work done. The length of the pants, the position of the sleeves, Ryuki obviously wanted everything to be perfect. Nice, nice! The photographer was obviously thrilled. He took photo after photo. It was as if the clothes understood each person and brought out their best features. That's how well they fit. Just looking at them gave me an extra bit of courage. And, of course, Ryuki's clothes were amazing. The entire Parasite 5 posed with pride. I made sure to smile as I kept an eye on everyone else. I wanted to see. How dare you? Jeez. Do you always later? Okay, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us today. Oh, we're all done? I prepared a simple meal for us. Please make yourself at home. Oh, what a fine selection of champagne. Thoughtful as ever. Oh, I want to drink this one. Everyone started enjoying the champagne and... What a great way to begin the evening. I was just about to join them when someone tapped on me on the shoulder. Do you have a second? Huh, Gil, what is it? There's something I've been meaning to tell you. Oh, no, please don't confess to me. This is gonna be awkward. Gil guided me towards the bathroom that everyone used during the show. What's going on? Huh? Gil suddenly covered his face with his hands. He took another deep breath and looked up at me again. Well, to be honest, there's something I've been meaning to say. I love you. Huh? You love me? What? His confession was so direct, I couldn't stop myself from shouting out. Is it really that surprising? I mean, I didn't expect it. I thought you were in love with Clarice. What? How come? Well, you were always so nervous when you saw her at breakfast, right? So I thought I had to support her. I'm sorry, but I only ever saw you as a good friend. A friend? Oh, poor Gil. Sorry. Even after I apologized, he dropped down to the floor. I just thought there was something there. I was hoping that while we were apart, you'd start to see me as a man. Oh, I'm so lame. I should have been ready, but I was in a hurry, especially when I saw how you looked at him. What's that who? But I refuse to give up. I've had a crush on you for years. I'll be back. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. Without another word, Gil disappeared. What was I supposed to do? I seriously never noticed anything like that. Like what he was talking about. Even after his confession, I couldn't believe it. He liked me and not Clarice? As I stood the dove handle, the door flew open. Oh, that wasn't a happy intake. Huh? Ryuki? Did he hear what just happened? I felt the chill run down my back, and to be honest, I didn't want Ryuki to ask about what had just happened. That was... I tried to explain it away, but Ryuki just grabbed me by the arm. He gave me a cold stare. It was the look of anger I was so used to. I didn't know what to do. He grabbed my hand so hard it hurt, and he pulled me close to him. Then... Not how I pictured our first kiss happening, but, you know. Actually really sweet, but like, when did we get out on the balcony? For a second, I had no idea what was happening. His face was closer to mine than it had ever been. There was pressure on my lips. Was this a kiss? I tried to turn and run, but he tightened his grip. He pulled me close and kissed me as if he never wanted to let me go. Aww! He sought me out, eager, in pain. He took my breath away. But wait, why was he doing this? It felt like the entire world had turned upside down. All I could do was look at him. He was so strong. I was reminded that he was a man, and to think I was worried I had to take care of him. I mean, he was sick. You did actually need to take care of him. He was sick. But he was taller than me, and so much stronger. He wasn't someone that needed protecting. Don't go to him. I could tell that Ryuki was mad, and I was a little scared. What should I do? What should I do? He relaxed his hands for a moment, and I pushed him away. Wait! Oh no! Confused, I ran out of the house. I leaned against a nearby wall and stared up at the sky in dismay. My heart was beating so hard I was afraid it would break in half. What should I do? Was that... I was scared for sure, but at the same time I was excited. I didn't realize kissing could be so exciting. I saw Owen and Melanie kiss, but it wasn't this intense. It wasn't just about the contact. It was a rough kiss, almost like a bite. What should I do? I touched my hand to my lips and sat down. I never imagined Ryuki kissing me like that. But we did kiss, which meant he saw me as a woman. But since when did he see me like that? I was so embarrassed I felt like I could cry. I had no idea what to do. I could hear everyone having a good time inside. I realized that if I wanted to get my bag, I'd have to go back to my room. But I didn't want to talk to anyone in the condition I was in, so I just sat there for a while. Is Ryuki gonna come look for me? After she ran off, I wandered back to my room in a daze. She's gone. When I heard Gil confessing his love to her, I just lost it. I kissed her without thinking. I didn't want anyone to take her away. I wanted her to only look at me. I wanted to kiss her. I'm younger than Gil and shorter. I guess my insecurity made me rush to kiss her. But she rejected me. My heart ached as if I'd been stabbed. Okay, she didn't reject you. That's not what happened. But I can totally understand why you think she rejected you. I put my fingers to my lips and looked down. This was the first time I'd ever been in love with anyone. I never felt this way about anyone, so I had no idea what to do. I was in love with her. If she wanted to run away, I had no idea what to say to her. Huh? My phone chimed and I yelled out in surprise. I looked down to see who was messaging me, and I couldn't hide my surprise. It was a message from my grandmother. I opened the text, and the message inside made me drop my phone. Why? It had been years since I had gotten a message from my grandma, and it said, I found the perfect fiancé for you. No! He can't get married to someone else! And with that, we will wrap up this episode here. Oh my goodness, no, he can't marry someone else. He has to marry me. It's just meant to be. It's just simply meant to be. I will see you guys in the next episode where we find out if we are truly in love and true love exists. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great night. As always, remember to eat some food, get some sleep, and drink some water. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye!